Aloha. So the barge we're waiting for, called Leader, is right here, and he's pulling out. I believe the barge that we passed to Marianne, she is not going to go through right now, so we're thinking that we may be next here at this lock, and that would really be nice. We've been waiting for about an hour, or just over an hour probably.
In this episode of our Boat Stories Great Loop Adventure, we're waiting for our turn on Bay Springs Lake on the Tenn-Tom waterway. We will then go into Jamie Whitten Lock. From there we will continue on south to the Fulton Lock. Aloha! We are Sava, Cynthia, and Alex, along with our two dogs, Lucy and Shadow. We're traveling America's Great Loop, a 6,000-mile North American waterway from Florida to Canada and back down via the Mississippi. Follow us on this journey on our boat called Mahalo.
So we tried to anchor over here. There's a visitor center, they said. It's what the anchorage is called. There was another boat there already anchored, and we tried to put our anchor down and it wouldn't hold. I'm not sure. I was hesitant to put out too much line because too much chain, because there was another boat behind us. But so we dragged, and I says, hey, we're gonna pull it up right away. We've been free floating pretty much on the lake since then. Aloha, here's Cynthia right here. The doors are closing. I just thought I'd capture it real quick. We are on the top. This is the first one going down for a while, right, Cindy?
Yes.
We've been going up.
First time we're going to be going down.
We've been going up since the Mississippi, and I believe this is, yeah, first one to go down since we left the Illinois. Oh no, the Mississippi, right? Mississippi we went down. Yeah, we went down. All right.
There's the cartons off. Wait.
So cool. I like those little carts. It is quite a hike though. If you have to go 1,000 feet each time, you know, that's a quarter mile back and forth. All right, ready, Cindy? I think we got it right this time. The wind is coming this way, so it's going to push us into the wall.
Yes.
So all right, Alex, getting better at this?
Yep.
That's what I'm thinking. He got it tied off right away. It's holding, and it should be going down just a moment, right, Alex?
Yep.
Just had to position all the balls. You got all the balls, even the one in the front, so just in case we swing out a little bit towards the nose, we don't collide with a wall. I think we're getting the hang of this. We're going down really fast. You can see how quickly we're going down. That's the little house they're in. Lucy's just paying attention, seeing how all this is going down. But yeah, we're going down really quickly. Aloha! Look how tall this lock is. It's gotta be one of the biggest locks we've been in. And Shadow and I, we're just controlling the back. Right, Shadow? We're just bumping it a little bit. Just putting it back, and then that's just a bump right there, and what that does just brings us back against the wall. And Shadow's just watching, making sure that ball is actually moving. It's doing a really good job too. One more quick shot of the inside. This one is unique because it has all these doors, which I think open to fill this lock, but I could be wrong. But check out how tall this is. Yeah, so all these doors. We're still going down. This door is broken right here. Alex is not getting wet, but the whole front of the boat is getting wet. You can see it right here. It is definitely spraying out all this water. This lock is huge. We've never seen a lock like this. Never. I'll have to put it down below to tell you how tall this is, but just looking up, it's massive. Never seen anything like it. Never seen anything like it. Just looking back, you can see the wall and the doors up there. the back of the lock.
Alex, how was it?
So far it went pretty smoothly.
So this lock was a monster lock.
Well, it's a super tall lock.
It is a super tall lock. Look at this huge gate here in the front. I'm going to take you to the back. So, all the way up, there was these metal doors where water was just spewing out of the little metal trap doors on the side. Really impressive lock. Here is the gate, showing you how high up they go. Really big lock. Look at all those interesting nests that were underneath the stairway. I don't know if you saw that. You can see them, yellow clay-like nests that are been built into the stairway by the lock. We're gonna get off our life jackets, and we're going under a bridge right now. A Prairie Farms dairy truck. Since we just ran out of ice cream in our freezer, dairy truck sounds right good. Okay, how far to the next lock?
4.7 miles.
So an hour, under an hour. So what was our wait time before getting through this lock?
I want to say it was an hour.
Oh, okay.
I'm certain.
It appears to be a house and a little boat ramp, a pavilion. I'm not sure if this is private or if it's owned by the canal system for the workers, possibly, not sure. But it's just in there, just off that little inlet. Coming up, now here is a net stretched across this. Do you see that, Sav? It's got a net with like a buoy. So I guess it doesn't want anybody to try to go in there. Not sure if the marker's in the right place or if it just slipped over.
Smells like wood. Oh, it's
Mulch factory.
Mulch, yeah. A lot of mulch.
So
$5
there
a bag.
there's red markers there. There's a green marker here.
I got you.
We can smell that smell when you first get out mulch and you're mulching your flower beds. That's the smell we're smelling right now. And it looks like maybe they have a mulch factory or something over here. But that's what we're smelling. Big pile of sawdust.
Excellent. Black patch off the finger.
You can see a yellow truck or digger is going up and down on that sawdust pile. I would be afraid to drive on it. You just wonder how, compact enough it is to be driving a truck on it. See really bright lights on some of the equipment, lots of conveyor belts, and this barge here actually has a load that's been filled with that hopper and conveyor belt.
Fact that they're shredding.
Behind are lots and lots of trees in a big stack in the back. And there is a crane actively working back there. So this section between the two locks is very shallow. 7.6, 8.4. Now, that is what is below our, it's not a keel, what is it we call it?
Yeah, we still say below our keel.
Below our keel. So even so, there is markers missing, which we were told by other people that said on the Tenn-Tom markers are missing. So you really do need to follow the navigation we're trying to follow very carefully in this section. can see how the water there looks more muddy right there. Try to be very careful between these locks so that we don't have something else to worry about besides a lock delay. We just talked to the lockmaster and he told us to slow it down because he has some other ones in the chamber. So we're just enjoying the scenery. It's the first time I've seen like farmland over there. I see some rolled bales, white and pink plastic. We see a seabird sitting on some above water surface, just enjoying his fishing afternoon. We've seen them, they can really dive, these fishing birds. I was hoping to get him to fly, but he hopped off and swam instead. Look at that beautiful farm. So it's our first farm seeing it in the Mississippi.
Aloha. So we have better luck now with the Montgomery lock here. And he's just resetting the chamber, telling us maybe 30-45 minutes. So we decided to anchor. We are anchoring about 10 feet of water here. Very close to the first red can. One of the few cans that are actually present. A lot of them are missing. Alex was just checking to see, make sure the anchor's holding. And it's holding really, really good. Alex lassoed this like a pro this time. We do have the winds coming from this side, pushing against the wall, but we still have to bump it like that to make sure that we are staying in line. Okay. Cynthia right here, keeping us away from the wall, or to the wall. Looks like it's going to be quite a drop from here. Well, that was the sound of the valves opening. So we're going down now. This is it. All right, so we got this. There's a different bollard, isn't it, Alex? Yep. Different track inside. I'm going to put my camera in there. Take a peek. That's what it looks like. Going down from the top point of view. Aloha. So no, you did not miss a day. You did not miss a day. I just changed into a short sleeve shirt. I was getting the warm up here, and the temperature built up just a bit. So I got shorts on instead of sweatpants. Changed shirt. Same day, same lock. We haven't moved. I just took advantage of the fact that I didn't have to drive. That's a good thing. Alright, that's the sign. That's the sign that we can actually leave. We got to get out of this chamber.
Hey Alex, how did this one go?
Very smoothly.
This one was not as deep as the last one. We thought it was going to be as deep. Much easier this time. Every lock is a little different. Restricted, no fishing beyond this sign, it says. That's very helpful when you're entering a lock to see which way the windsock is, because if they don't care which side you tie up on, it may help you choose which side are you going to get blown up against. So you might as well start on that side that you would get blown to so that you don't struggle within the lock. So now we are again on the Tenn-Tom going between locks. And it's a little over an hour. The other boat ahead of us, slack tide, is ahead of us but not in the lock yet. We'll probably have to wait for for the lock after they go through because they're not going to wait for us necessarily. So we're just making our way down the Tenn-Tom. So we're overtaking a barge. Look at all this greenery here. There's one lone tree trunk standing here with a whole bunch of stumps down below sticking up out of the water. And we've got a barge coming up ahead that looks like some fishing shanties, or it's like what reminds me of like when we were at Smith Island and stuff. They had fishery houses where they would feed their fish inside these houses floating out on the water. Not sure that's what these are, but we're coming up to some cottages of, looks like workman huts of some kind. So we've just had the discussion of that there's multiple locks now between here and Memphis. And so we will have to decide how many locks do we want to do in a day. And sometimes the choice is done for you based on how many barges are in front of you. So we're going to go as far as we can today. Sundown is 6-ish. We learned that we're in Mississippi now, but Tennessee had 2 different time zones. And so we kind of didn't plan on that the other night when we were seeing how far we could go. We actually thought we were in the other time zone and thought we had more time. So this time we're going to be a little more mindful of when sundown really is, so that we are not out in the dark. And now we're coming up to these huts here, and they're definitely out at the end of the docks. So I don't know if they're to hold kayaks or if they're for fishing huts to gut and clean your fish. Or maybe they're just boat garages. It almost looks like this is residential and there's houses. Signs posted for no wake action. I like this little curved bridge that goes over to their floating dock and pier. They have a covered floating dock for this house right here. Very nicely done. The next house looks kind of like a regular rancher with a real garage down right by the water with 2 garage doors with a little bit of a track to pull the boats up in for the winter. And here we are getting closer to that marina that we just saw a few minutes ago. Not sure how deep it is in there, but the boats that are over there look good size. I see a sailboat or 2 that have their mast up. It may just be a private marina. It may not be a marina for other boats that are coming by. I don't see any signs saying fuel dock, so I'm not sure that it's a stop for regular users. And so we're overtaking a barge here. It's not Zava's favorite thing to do. We were just having the discussion of whether he would like to do oncoming passing or passing a same southbound barge as we are. And he said he would rather do oncoming because, as you can see, they have the wake that they have going on behind them, and he would just prefer the oncoming. But we're going past this one and heading toward the lock because we would like to actually lock through before this barge does. So we'll see what happens.
Aloha! As you can see, this is the first time we're in a lock with a barge. It took him a while. We had to wait like an hour for him to make his way to the lock. Cynthia's saying the lock's doors are closing. That's correct right here. And the moon's out as well. Take a look at that. Yes, first time in a lock with a barge. Aloha, Cynthia.
Hey,
We finally made it. How long we wait? An hour? Hour and a half?
my first time being in the lock with a barge.
Yeah, I know, it's pretty big too. All right, I'm gonna get back to the helm. Probably have to start an engine again. Doors are almost closed. You okay, Alex?
Yeah.
It's holding. Sirens just went off and the water's going to empty. Shouldn't be too deep a drop, I don't think.
We just exited this lock. It's our first time being in the lock with a barge, and he was very polite and told us that we could exit first. So wasn't sure what the protocol was or if we were supposed to have him go first, but he let us know what his preference was, so we took him up on it. So we're exiting this lock. It's getting late. We lost like an hour of daylight in that we were waiting for this lock. So just glad to be through it, and now we're going to find some place to throw down our anchor.
Aloha!
Aloha.
We just went through
Our
another
third
lock.
lock.
Third lock for the day.
Third lock for the day.
And we are getting quite tired. We still have a little bit to go before we get our Fulton anchorage, which is the Fulton Lock. But that's it. The sun is setting, and if we talk to you any later, we're just going to be dark.
This is our first time going through with the barge, so we feel accomplished that we made it through.
It's been a good day, though. We've had some beautiful, beautiful trees changing colors, seen birds, wildlife.
Yes.
And we haven't had those 5-foot waves, that we would have had on the lake. So we're just very thankful for the little things.
I think he's talking about what, Lake Michigan?
Lake Michigan.
All right, it's been a long time. We're in Mississippi, but still, the reputation lives on.
It does. It does. When you experience these calm waters, you appreciate it. You appreciate
Yes.
it. As you can see out here, I mean, it's a beautiful sundown. Shadow's enjoying it. He's actually doing very good in the locks now. We have him out. He was downstairs
Show them
before.
the channel. It's just so gorgeous.
It is absolutely beautiful.
Beautiful
Yep.
lavender colors.
Yep.
And you can just see way down there to infinity.
So thank you for joining us. Mahalo. We really appreciate it. As always, give us a thumbs up. We really appreciate that. It makes a world of difference to our little channel. Thank you, Shadow, for showing them the paw. And subscribe, tell your friends, and leave your comments and questions. We really do appreciate that, and love answering every one of those. So we'll see you again tomorrow as we continue further down the Tenn-Tom.
Yes.